Hello again, everyone. Joanne here with StampinginTheValley.com, and welcome to my craft room. Today what we're going to go over is the Tuscan Vineyard stamp set. I love this stamp set. I'm 100% Italian, so I had to get this stamp set, but I wanted to show you guys what I've been doing with it. Now, this one comes with no sentiment, so you can put anything you want with it. And I'm going to show you what I've done. Here's a beautiful card. I made this yesterday. Today what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make this grape vine and then this embellishment down here with the grapes on with the leaves. And I'm going to show you how I colored everything. Now the note of thanks, I have my stamp sets over here to the side. The note of thanks comes from Thankful Thoughts. I used a bunch of stamp sets and used, because with the Tuscan Vineyard, you can use any sentiment that you want, so that you already have. So that's what I was trying to show you guys. I just used things from what I've already had. So this is a gorgeous card. And let's go through what I made yesterday. I always decorate my envelopes. I love that. Isn't that adorable? Here's another one, and I used the thank you very much. That came from the Bunch of Blossoms stamp set. Okay, and then I love the corks. I love the corks right here. And I also decorate the back flap. It just takes a second. So, and then this one I did kind of vintage. And I used the thanks from the Jar of Love stamp set. And then on the background, I used Timeless Texture. I just pulled from my collection of stamp sets and just had fun yesterday making these cards. Right there is the little corks inside. I always decorate the inside of my cards also. And then here's one more. And this is Today is the Perfect Day to Be Happy. And let's see, where's that one from? That's also from the Bunch of Blossoms stamp set. I like that. Now, today what we're going to do together, let's put these aside. Today what we're going to use is from the Thoughtful Branches stamp set. I love this. I just got this in the mail yesterday, guys. So I'm going to use, let's see, I'm going to use the For You on this card, but later on today I'm going to make another video and do some things with this stamp set. So look for that to be coming. Let's start with our very vanilla piece cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're going to put that aside. Then our base color, I used the, what is this, Perfect Plum? Yes. I used Perfect Plum here, and this is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And then the piece that we're going to stamp on is very vanilla, and it's cut at 4 3/4 by 3.5. And that's where I skipped a layer so that we could angle this. I skipped a layer so we could angle it, okay? So that's what we're going to be stamping on. Now, in the other cards that I did, and we're going to do this for the first time. I don't know if it's going to look good. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but we'll do it together. In these cards that I did, the Perfect Plum back here, I don't have any kind of a border or an image on it, on the border there, especially here. Like where I angled the card, okay? I wanted something on the Perfect Plum. So first, that's what we're going to do. If we don't like it, then we could use the other side of the card. And I'm going to tell you the Copics that I've used to color the grapes and everything. I had so much fun yesterday with those cards. So I'm going to bring in some scrap paper, and I'm going to put that right here. Moving some stuff out of the way here. Get that flat. Okay, and this is, I will say this much, in this stamp set, I've used now every single stamp. I love a stamp set where I can show you guys that I have used every single stamp in this set. And now we're on to this little embellishment right here. We're going to use Versamark. And this is how you get a different, it's almost like a tone-on-tone, but you get like a darker tone of the color paper. So ink it up in the Versamark, and you're not going to emboss it. You're just using the Versamark to give you a different tone on this paper, that's all. So I'm going to stamp my border all around. You don't need to stamp in the middle because I'll show you why. The way that we angle the little stamp, the little stamped area in the center, you don't need to. So I'm just kind of coming in with a little flourish. Good. And that might be good enough. Now, do you see how the Versamark, it just kind of made a different color out of the same color paper, the Perfect Plum. I love that. So then from here, what we're going to do, then after we, I like that, after we attach that to the card, then we will use this piece that's colored. So I really like that little bit of accent around the edges. Let me bring that up so you guys can see it right there. It's not much, it's very subtle, but you can see that I think that would have looked very nice if I did it around this card right here. So that's the look we're going for today. And I wanted to show you guys that technique anyway. You could just use your Versamark and almost get like a darker tone-on-tone on any color card stock. Okay, so I cleaned that, and let me close the Versamark. And I'm not going to color all the grapes for you guys. It's just, you know, because that would take forever. Really not forever, but it would be too time consuming. So I'm going to show you how to stamp everything, and then we'll put it together anyway. Okay, so we're going to use the black archival Stampin' Up! Ink, and I'm going to move my paper in again. So let's open this up, and we're going to ink up our grapes. I always look at the bottom, maybe just a little bit more, okay? And this stamp set, when I saw it, it reminded me of my grandmother and grandfather's house. We called it the country in New Jersey because it was out in the country. And my grandfather, being from Sicily, grew and had grapevines. So when I saw this stamp set, immediately I wanted it because it reminded me of my grandfather's grapevines. So that's what we're going to do today, is make a grapevine. Isn't that gorgeous? I left some more space with this one, just doing 3 of them because I wanted to show you guys how I color it. And it doesn't matter, you could do more than that, squish them together, space them apart. However it comes out, it's perfect. And again, I'm cleaning my stamp. You can hear it. Okay, so now right here, I need to get out this image right here. I love this. See, I've used every single stamp in this set. Because there is no sentiment, you can put anything you want with this. Happy birthday, thank you. You could, anything, absolutely anything. Okay, then I put this on my block, okay, and I'm going to stamp, again with my black ink, and I'm going to come around and make my grapes, my grape leaves. Bring that one down. Come right there. Love it. Now put my sentiment right in there. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. And it says, for you. I love this. Oh, I can't wait to work with this stamp set today. I was so excited when it came yesterday, the Thoughtful Branches. This is another stamp set. Let's talk about this while I'm doing this. until, if you're a demonstrator, we were allowed to order that early, okay? Order that early because we're demonstrators. And that is one of the major perks about being a demonstrator. You get all the stuff first. Love that for you. Okay, so, and then with that, ordering that, it's $52 for the bundle. You get the stamp set and the framelits, and I'll show you this later on in a video. But if you order that by the end, or if you place an order by the end of the month with me, Stampin' Up, a $50 order, by the end of the month, Stampin' Up is going to send you a special email with a code. And then next month, when this stamp set, the Thoughtful Branches, is available for you guys, at August 2nd, it's a special stamp set. It's only available for the month of August. So, and it's first come, first serve. When they run out, they're done. So if you would like one of these, you can email me at joannemaddie@outlook.com. And I can place your order for you, or you could go onto my website and click on the big blue button on August 2nd and go ahead and place your order immediately. But if you order at the end of this month, until the 31st of this month, then you're going to get a $5 coupon. So you can use that coupon next month to get your Thoughtful Branches. And the bundle is $52. It comes with framelits, and you would have $5 off. So I think that's a really great deal. So let's get back to this. Anyway, we've stamped everything with our black archival ink, and now we're ready to color. I love to color. Let's do this also. I wanted to, this is the card, okay? And I love stamping on the inside of my card and my envelope. So let's do that now so that we can complete that step. Okay, let's move this out to the side. And I'm going to use crumb cake. And I'm going to use the little round saying, or medallion right there. I'm going to stamp that. I'm going to stamp it over here to make sure that I've got it going the right way. Yes, I do. Okay, that's always good to do. Just check it. There we go. Oh, right off camera. And look, it has little grapes in it. I love that. Love that. Let me flip the envelope. And then we're just going to put one back here. This takes all of maybe 3 seconds to do. Okay, and it just adds such a personal touch to your project. So there we go with that, and that's completed. And I, of course, have ink on my hands. Okay, now we could get to the coloring. Let's bring our piece back in that we're going to work with. And, okay, I love the Copic markers. I loved our blendabilities, guys. I have to admit, I love the blendabilities. I never had any trouble with them, but they took them away, so I had to go to the Copics, and I'm going to show you what the colors that we're going to use. This is V20. This is V25. YG11. YG61. Now, I'm not, I don't know, a spokesperson for Copic. I'm not an artist per se in any shape, way, or form. So just bear with me while I color, and I'm going to show you what I do. Stampin' Up, when they do stamps, they have shading in them. As you can see, the grapes are shaded. See the darker areas in through here? I make sure that I color those with the darkest Copic marker. And then the other areas I blend with the lighter Copic. I do a very, very simple way. So here's my a V25. Okay, and I'm going to take, it has a brush tip, and then they have marker tip also. Okay, but today we're going to use the brush tip. And then where it's dark, and I've kind of let Stampin' Up do the work for me. I just feel like it should be dark. So that's where I color with the darkest Copic marker. of any color that you use. You know, if I was doing something else, if it wasn't grapes, I would always use the darkest color to color where the, oop, there's a little fuzz. Okay. So we're going to go through and just do this bunch of grapes. Okay. And this is not, it's not like it's precision. Just add you some shading wherever the dark is. Okay. Good. Then I'm going to drop down here to the leaves, and I'm going to color, and I'm going to let it sit, because this I want a really deep purple. So I'm going to let it sit just for a minute, and then I'm going to come back in and go over it. Let's close that up. Now what I would do, doing the whole thing, I would do everything in the darker, everything on the card in the darker color. And now I'm going to switch to the lighter of the purple. And now I'm just going to fill in and then pick up that dark. And I'll use circular motion and just kind of come across the entire project with the lighter marker. And like I said, I don't know, I have never taken a class in Copics. I just used what I learned kind of from the blendabilities and just have made it work with these Copics for me. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I like what it looks like, so I'll just pass my technique on to you guys and hope it works for you. It works for me. Now, see how these grapes are absolutely, totally shaded, like they've just come off of the vine, and they look delicious, ready to pick, right? Okay. Now, while I was doing that, that kind of dried a little, and, oh, not the lighter. I want to use the darker marker again. And I want to come back over these grapes. See how it made it just a little bit darker than any of the darker shade right there, so you could go back over it. Okay, now with the green, I'm going to start with the darker first, and using the same type of technique wherever it's dark here on the leaf. Excuse me. Which is more toward the inner portion of the leaf. Okay. Like I said, I've never even taken a class. I just do kind of the way Stampin' Up! Showed. So, wherever it's dark, I add my darker green. Now, then I add this is more of almost like a fluorescent, but when you blend it with this other green, it makes a gorgeous leaf color. And I have to say, watch the way I'm getting into these tips with this Copic. I'm just touching it, and the color is just bursting right into where I want it. And I love to color. Yesterday, I enjoyed coloring those cards. I just sat and colored and had HGTV on, and I really did enjoy it. That was after we came back from Chuck E. Cheese with my grandson, so that was fun also. So here we go. Look at that. Okay, like I said, I'm not going to do the entire card for you. Well, and I want to show you down here what I did. I did not use the lighter one at all. I used the darker one, and I just colored in every bit of this with the darker green. And I never used the lighter on it. I just let the tip flow into the points where I wanted it. I love coloring with a Copic. You know who's a great colorer is Wendy Cranford. If you guys want to see somebody color and have some technique, she's taken a lot of classes. I would suggest you go over to her website and look at some of her videos, because she can really color, and she'll give you all kinds of tips. I've learned a lot from her also. So right there is what we're doing. Okay, look at that green. Look at that leaf. Isn't that beautiful? The way that it just shades itself because of where Stampin' Up! Has put the darker parts of the leaf. It just totally blends itself and shades itself. I love that. Okay, let's put the card together. So we have our base here at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and we've already stamped the inside of it. Okay, and then we've brought in our Perfect Plum at 5 1/4 by 4. We did our Versamark stamping around the edge to give us a little bit of depth to the card, and I really like it. I really, really like that. So let me bring in, well, no. Oh, guys, I've had such a hard time with getting things straight. I went back to the top. I went to reach for the, that's funny. I went to reach for the snail, and I said, no, no, get the Tombow. You guys know I've had such a difficult time. I don't know, here lately I can't get things straight. So I went back with this, and I just make sure that you put it in the corner so your corners stay down, okay? And this way then, even though I line up my card and I line this up, okay, I still have a second of wiggle room, and I need it to get it flat and straight. Okay, I just take my bone folder and kind of go over it. Presses the glue out. Okay, that looks great. Now, again, we would have this entire card colored, and then I was putting it here with tape with the dimensionals, the Stampin' Up, the foam adhesive, these, the foam adhesive strips right here. Okay, they're thicker than dimensionals, and it will hold that up beautifully for this card, and just angle it a little bit like that. I sure do appreciate you guys watching my video today and watching me color with the Copic markers and this absolutely gorgeous stamp set, the Tuscan Vineyard stamp set. I've used every single one. I love telling you guys when I use every single one in the stamp set. And I showed you the beautiful cards that I did from yesterday. At least I think they're beautiful. But if you love to color, you'll love this stamp set. I love the effect around the outside of the card that we did with the Versamark. Don't forget that. Thanks again for watching, you guys. Please go to stampinginthevalley.com and click on the big blue button. If you order $50 in product this month, you get a $5 coupon for next month. You only have a couple of days left, so get your coupon. And thanks again.